Welcome back. We're going to work on the neck that connects the head to the body now. So we're going to start by going to our master. Alright, so we're going to start by making a sketch coming from the underside or the bottom. You could hide the other parts if they're getting in your way, but we're going to take this edge and this one and this one, and then this one and that one and that one. And then we're going to make a line that goes from here all the way across to there, and we'll trim it. Trim, 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 trim. And then we're going to make, oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Trim, and we're going to extend this guy and trim these. So I guess we didn't need those, but. And then we're going to define that the depth of this is, how about 6? It's a solid amount of material. And we'll come up 10. And we'll attach to the skull. So now it's like connecting these two sides. And then we're going to hide the back. And we're going to make a sketch on this part. We're going to swing around. Here, what if we did the midpoint of this line to the midpoint of that line? Made that construction geometry. And then we did a center rectangle. And we just snapped right onto the sides there. And then we just define the overall length as, I don't know, 25? Maybe we'll go more in a sec. But then we do extrude. And just trust me for a sec. We're going to go up to surface. All the way to this surface. And then we're going to deselect, auto select, and then just select the skull. How's that? Looks pretty good. And then on this piece here, we're going to take these lines as a reference. Boom. Oh gosh. Here's a bro trick that I haven't showed you yet. Instead of a section, you can use wireframe, and it lets you see through the other side. Pretty useful trick. Boom. And so we got it. So basically the neck is going to slide through a slot in the body, and it's going to come down and then bottom out on this like big wall in the body. But remember our rule, you can't, if this square is going to be a hole for the neck to fit through, it can't be right on top of it. So we got to offset a little bit and give it some space. It doesn't need to be super tight. So I'm going to make it 0.5 because there's probably going to be support in there, and I really don't want it to be, I really don't want it to not fit. I want it to fit on the first try. So we're going to cut through and make sure to only select the body. Cool. So now if we take a section view, you can see that on the neck, there's space on all sides here. And then the only other thing we're going to do is round this edge, make it look not as stick figure-y or like Pez dispensary. What if this was 15? Make it nice and big. 20? 25? How's that look? That looks good. Yeah. We don't need to go that far. How about go back to 15. And that's it for the neck right now. We're gonna do another part to like really lock it into place, but the neck is pretty simple. Because this video is so short, let's do another part in this piece. So I'll just name this neck. And we don't have a new part because it's already connecting to the skull, right? So let's loop around to the front of the body. We're going to work on the feet now. So there's one thing actually I wanted to work on the body as well that I forgot to include in that video. So we're going to do that now as well. So I'm going to make a sketch on the front plane and then do a line all the way down. There's just going to be like a center line, reference line. And we're going to do an arc. And the center point of this arc is going to be on that line. And then I'm going to connect these two lines and then make this horizontal. Whoa. Put that on there, and I'll make sure that this stays horizontal. All right, so this can't go anywhere. And then I'll do something like that to define the radius. So about a radius of 40. And then offset by 3. Offset by 2. Basically, we're going to do those like belly lines that some dragons have. So I'm going to use an arc to finish this shape. Whoops, I missed. Damn it. And then we're just going to pattern these so we don't have to repeat work. So, whoops. I'll select this line and this line and this line and this arc. And do pattern down this way. And we want one more. Whoops. One more. And we want to space them out a bit more. Maybe 25. That's not bad. So you can see that they're not on the bodies. So I'm going to show you something special that we can do with, extrude cut that I haven't showed you before. So if you're trying to cut off of like a curved surface, it's going to look a little weird. Like it's going to only cut from whatever that plane is at. And then like you can see down here, the bottom is cutting more than the top because it's at like this curved angle. So what you can do is in the from portion, you go to surface and then you just click it. Click the that surface. And then doesn't like that. Okay, so let's try a trick. It might be because we're like running through the body. So let's make a new plane. So reference geometry plane. And then it's going to reference the front plane. And then, yeah, let's just go really far back from the front plane. And then I haven't showed you this trick before, but you can. So in order to draw on this plane, the plane has to come before the sketch. So if you just drag it right above it, or do the opposite, they swap places. And if you right click your sketch, you could do edit sketch plane. Basically, we want to put the sketch on this new plane. Press enter. Now it's on that plane instead of the other one. So let's try that trick again, where we pick a surface. There we go. Yeah, that was the issue. So now we're projected right on top of the surface, and then they're all going to cut in at the same amount. So we don't have to cut in that deep. You'll be able to see like a 1 millimeter cut pretty clearly on your 3D print. And that looks pretty good. And then the other thing I want to do for this video, well, this was for the body, so these features should go in body. I was just unorganized. Let's see. Can we do it? Drag body to here. Drag the cut to here. There we go. The last thing I wanted to do for this video was create the feet. So, the feet are going to be like sort of oriented at an angle, and we're going to do that by creating a plane at an angle. So, if you make a sketch on the top plane, and then you draw a line for like where you want the plane of the feet to be. So like there. We could edit this later. And then you exit the sketch. And then you make a plane, reference geometry plane. You click your line that you just made. And then you sort of have to fuss around with which, it's front, top, or right. Okay, yeah. It's the top one. So now we have a plane that we can like make the feet on and then go up to the body. All right, so now I'm going to make a sketch on the plane that we just made. And let's see here. Do something like this. We could probably make it with a bunch of arcs. Something like that. You get 3 toes. Whoops. I wanted that to be on the point. Something like that. And then, all right, so now we're going to extrude this by 10. We'll do blind 10. We're a little too close here. So what I'm going to do is, so if I pull this line back, it'll push the plane that we're drawing on back too. There we go, it's better. Just trust me on this, it'll look cool and sick. So now we're going to draw a sketch on the back of the foot. And then we're going to do like a circle. So this is like the ankle portion or whatever. It's going to connect to the body. And then we'll do extrude up to surface. And then we're going to do, we're not going to merge it to the body yet. We're just going to merge it to the foot. And then with a bunch of fillets, we're going to be able to actually make them look like feet because they kind of look like crap right now. So if you do a 1 millimeter fillet and you just get these inner edges here, and then we make like a really big fillet on this edge. Whoops. On that edge. Do like 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 is the biggest you can do before it like caves in on itself. So, all right, so that's already starting to look more like a foot. And if you do a fillet on the back where the ankle connects, boom. See, that looks pretty good. Is it a little small maybe? You know what? I think it's a little small. So let's go to our initial sketch, and I'll show you another sketch trick. So if you highlight everything, and then in this category, you go to scale entities, and then you got to pick a point, and then we'll change it from 0.8. We want it to be bigger, not smaller, so 1.3. How's that look? That looks a bit better. Maybe it's the angle that's throwing me off here. I think it's the angle of this plane. Maybe it should be more like like that. And also like over more. What if we moved all of this over more? And maybe we could also rotate it. Pick this guy. No, the other way. Whoops. Now we gotta move our ankle part. That's what you get. If I was smart and I actually like created constraints and dimensions for this, then it would auto update, you know. All right, that's better. Okay. So now I'm going to show you a little trick. So if we hide the body and then we use move face and just bring it out by 0.5. Boom. Mirror it. What is this? Now we can mirror the foot to the other side. So select this foot and then the right, we're mirroring about the right plane. And then we're going to create copies of these feet. So go to direct editing, move copy bodies, and you're going to select your 2 feet and then make sure copy is selected and just press the check mark. Now if we select body, we're going to go to combined and then subtract. So main body is going to be our body and body subtract is going to be each foot. Okay, so now let's go over what just happened. Well, I'll hide 1 foot. So the reason why we did that move face is because like here, the foot is going right up against the body. Like if I hid this, there'd be no spot on the body because it just goes right up to it. But by moving face inward a little bit and then mirroring both to the other side, mirroring the other foot to the other side, and then creating copies of them, and then we subtracted this solid away from the main body because there was overlap, because we moved face and made them overlap a bit. Now when we hide the foot, we see that there's a spot to put the foot. So now when we print it, we'll know where to put the feet and have it look right, like exactly how we modeled it. A little trick. Basically, we made the solids overlap, and then we cut out the portion that they were overlapping as a trick to understand to where to put the feet when this thing is actually printed. All right, so that's the feet. So we're going to group all of these. Yeah, whatever. Feet. And then rename everything. Make sure everything has a proper name. Body, I don't know what we're up to, 3. I like naming it like facing the same direction of whatever I'm making. So foot left. As long as you're consistent. Foot right. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video.